This is what I'm all about. It's possible, you guys. It changed me metaphysically. This is real freaking art, you guys. This is incredible. Freaking blown away, you guys. I almost gave up. Like, dummy, I need to go photograph this. It's freaking masterful. Welcome to Adventure in Art. My name is Ben Staley, your resident talking head. This is kind of a rant. I was going back and forth like, should I make this video? Should I not make it? Should I make this 3 videos? Should I compress this all into one? What's the through line? Yeah, you know, like sometimes the answers aren't clear, but I was like hemming and hawing about if I should even do this or not. And that has become kind of a clear sign of like, no, you need to do it because there's conflict. You need to work out the conflict. And I knew if I didn't do it, I would regret it. And it's also like kind of something that I wouldn't do down the line. So I kind of have to do it now. You're going to see this in a week or two. I don't know. I got some travel coming up. I got a bunch going on, bunch of things going on, but I'm putting this down. I'm recording it. I want to talk about some things. I want to discuss some things, mostly inspiration. Inspiration is so important to me, you guys. My inspirations are sacred, all right? When these things that sort of fuel your creative drive, that inspire you, that make you go, that give you ideas, that just fuel you. I've had 1 cup of coffee. Okay, let's get into this. I don't even really know where to start. Okay, what's today? So a couple days ago, no, like 5 days ago, Monday. This is Sunday, so okay, 7 days ago. Monday, I get on my phone. You guys know if you've been watching the channel, I went to the Telluride Bluegrass Festival. Yes, there is a video I'm going to make about that because I want to show you all the work I did there. Not all of it, but I want to show you the stuff that is my favorite. One of the bands that I shot there was called Water Tower. And actually, okay, my favorite picture from the entire festival is a picture of Water Tower. Should I show you that? Or should I save that for my... No. Yeah, f it. I'm going to show you. I'm going to put it at the end of this video. Way to tease us, bro. I am put at the end. So if you do stay and you get through this and you get through the next thing, which is Tyler Childers, and then you get through the next thing after that, which is the movie Alien. After that, I will show you my favorite picture from Telluride of this band Water Tower. So I get on my phone. Water Tower is kind of from Los Angeles, like a bunch of the guys live here. They're a bluegrass band, Telluride Bluegrass Festival. One guy, Jesse, lives in Nashville, I think, but he was out here because last weekend they played at the Warp Festival, the Warp Tour, which is like been around for a long time, like a couple decades, but it's like kind of like skateboarding and like a lot of punk rock and stuff. Not really a bluegrass festival. I don't know. Water Towers, you get some younger guys and they're pretty cool. They do covers and things. They've been playing the Warp Festival, so that's pretty dope. And they're all in town for that. And then the very next day, last Monday, I get on my phone and I just see this. Oh, they're doing like a free show in Echo Park, which is like right in the middle between downtown LA and Hollywood, Echo Park. They're just going to do a little pop-up show and they're playing the show with this guy, Nick Hexum. Nick is the singer of the band 311. I used to be a huge 311 fan, like they were one of my main bands, like 20 years ago. I love 311. 311's awesome. And I've met Nick a couple times. My first job that I had in LA was at the House of Blues. I'm actually going to talk about that later in this video too, but he used to come in there a lot. And so I don't know if we were on a first name basis, but I saw him a few times. And then I saw 311 live in Hollywood, like at the Palladium, and maybe even saw him at the House of Blues. They played there too sometimes. Anyways, Nick's a cool dude. I don't know him at all, but I have met him before. Water Tower is going to tour with him. He's doing a solo tour. He's kind of gotten into Americana music and he's friends with Water Tower. So he's using them as his support band. They're basically going to play backing. They're going to be the backing band for him while he plays his solo songs. They're going to do a show in Echo Park for free, just out in the park. And I'm like, that's awesome. I'd like these guys. We're friends. I need to go photograph this. And I was like, the morning when I saw it, and I'm like, I'm doing this. Yes, this is what I'm going to do. I'm trying to get my editing done so I can get out of here. And then as the day progressed, I'm just like, I don't want to drive to freaking Hollywood. Traffic, the show's at 6. That means I got to drive right through the heart of Hollywood, right through rush hour, the worst traffic in the world. I don't want to. I've already photographed these guys. It's going to be in a park. Like, what could I possibly? And I talked myself out of it. Yeah. Ashamed of myself. And then last minute, I was talking to Danny, actually, my wife, and she's like, what's the deal? And I'm like, well, I was going to go shoot this show. And I'm just like, I don't want to traffic. I'm like, what do you think? She goes, I think you should do that. Like, dummy. Like, you live in LA. I mean, just outside of LA. Like, you have all the coolest artists in the world, like, are here. There's so much stuff here. Like, get off your ass and go shoot it. So I did. It was awesome. You want to see some photos? Here's a couple of photos. There we go. yeah, they just set up in a park and I just kind of walked around and it was like instantly I was engaged and like I'm like trying to just, I shot mostly with this this guy here, this 85mm Sigma art lens I use all the time. Also shot with this guy I've been using. This is a FIPOC 35mm. You're gonna see more of this on the channel. I've been using this. So I just shot with those two lenses, walked around and like, you know, they played for I think 45 minutes or something and I wish I'd shot more video with my iPhone so you could see it, but it was really cool. There was a good little crowd there. You know, I just was like, okay, how can I tell the story of these guys performing in the park? And so angles over here, close-ups of each artist, give me wides, let me put some of the environment in the shot, shoot through the crowd, just try and break it down and tell the story. And I'm so glad I went, you guys. It was beautiful. I've lived in LA for 25 years now. I've never walked around Echo Park once. Kind of ashamed of myself. Had a great time, said hi to the dudes. Then they were going straight from there over to play in a bar down the street. I kind of tapped out of that because it's going to be a dark bar and probably crowded and I didn't want to have to F with parking and stuff. And I got what I wanted. I saw the dudes. We're going to do some stuff down the road later when they're done with the tour. They're going out on tour with Nick like imminently, like right now or any day. So I don't know. I'll put a link to that in the description. And if they come to your town, you should go see these dudes because they're cool dudes. Very approachable. The music's awesome. My point here is that's what I did Monday. And I was just like, I almost gave up. I almost tapped out and I almost didn't go. And you should just always make the effort. And I've talked about this in the past, in past videos, but just like, if there's an opportunity to go create something, to go experience something, to go do something, you got to do it, you guys. I almost didn't. And I would have never made those images. I would have never had that experience. It just sort of fueled me. And I'm like, this is what I want to be doing. This is what it's about. This is what I love doing. I love shooting bands. I get so much inspiration from music, you guys. So much. It's like a main thing that fuels me. And my tastes are so wide and varied, which brings me to on the drive into Hollywood to do this shoot, I put on the new album by this artist, Tyler Childers, who's kind of an Appalachian country artist. Are you familiar with Tyler Childers? I'm a fan. I'm not like a raving wild fan. I've been listening to Tyler since maybe 2018, 19, I started hearing him. You know, I have downloaded a bunch of his songs and I like him. I think he's a really unique artist. And so I'm like, okay, well, he's got this new record. I guess I'm in the car for 45 minutes to drive down to the show. And I put on the record, digital album, and listened to it on the drive in. And I was just like freaking blown away, you guys. And I didn't get through the whole thing. But then on the drive back from shooting Water Tower, I put it on. I'm finishing up the album. And this song comes on. It's got a funny name. It's called Tirtha Yatra. Got the lyrics right here. Should I put a little portion of the song up on? I don't know. I'm not trying to be all Rick Beato here or something like that. But like, I am a fanatical music lover. I don't know F all about music or how it's made or what's going on. I just know what I like. And like, I'm mostly, you know, I am drawn to the music and the melodies and that kind of stuff and the rhythms, but mostly the songs that I really love, I identify with the lyrics and the vocals because that's just like something I can intellectualize more than I can actually what's going on with the layers of sounds and all that. I'm not educated enough about that stuff to really know. I mean, maybe more than most people, but I can't talk about it. I don't really know what the hell's going on. But this one song comes on, Tirtha Yatra, and right away it just freaking grabs me, like something about it. And then I got home and I listened to it again, and then I had to read the lyrics because I'm like, this is incredible. This is incredible. I'm going to read you guys the lyrics. And then what I hope you do is, I hope you go download it or listen to it on Spotify or on YouTube. I'm sure there's actually some live, he's touring now with this album, so there's some live stuff getting out there. Maybe I'll put a link to a live video if I can find one down in the description. I'm not going to play it on here, but I am going to read you these lyrics because they freaking inspired the hell out of me, you guys. Like, they inspired the hell out of me. Why? Because Tyler's like kind of a country artist. He's from Appalachia. He's kind of a bit of a hillbilly. Like, you're going to get that in these lyrics. But like he's operating at this really, really advanced level, I think. He's like unspooling as an artist. I hear this. I hear this lyrical content and I realize this is someone who is like expressing themselves in a really deep way, in a really profound way, with a hell of a lot of humor, but it's just very deep. What it did is it just made all the hairs in my body stand up. Still, when I hear this song and when I hear these lyrics, and it's just like, this is real freaking art, you guys. And it's just like someone is out there doing this and making this and telling stories like this. I know I'm excitable. I'm excited about it. I'm going to read you these lyrics. I mean, this is probably the part where everybody taps out of the video and like, you know, I guess I'm not very good at this YouTube thing. This is the kind of freaking videos I'm making, you guys. This is what interests me. This is what I'm all about. All right. So it's not just all about like cameras and lenses and like that. Yeah. I'm going to read these lyrics. I'm going to sit back here and read these. So just close your eyes and listen. Tirtha Yatra. Okay. I'm starting now. I want to go to India. Put faces to paper. Put visuals to words that I've read. Get a better understanding of the culture that's surrounding all the scriptures I've been pounding. Watch them play out inside my head. The thing that it blows me away is like the lyrics and the poetry of the words and the way he's putting the words together. But then when you hear the song, the way he phrases them and creates melodies with these words, accompanying the music. To me, this is masterful stuff. It's freaking masterful. This album was produced by Rick Rubin, who I'm a huge fan of. Of course, he's produced most of the music that you've liked in your life. I actually just want to watch that all day. And I want to see like, no, Rick Rubin's kind of this guru type character anyways. And I wish I could have been a fly in the wall in the room and just watch this go down. I want to hear Rick talk about this. I hope he has Tyler on his podcast, Tetragrammaton, which I've talked about on here. Okay, let me get on with this. I'd go to Kurukshetra. You know, I couldn't even tell you if I am or not pronouncing it right. But coming from a cousin-loving, clubfoot, something, backwoods searcher, I would hope that you'd admire the try. So funny. The way he says this with kind of humor and his voice kind of deepens and he's like, I hope you'd admire the try. Kurukshetra. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. Okay, now we get to the chorus. I'd go to all the places where Narada stood. I'd read the Bhagavad Gita. I'd read the song by God. Second verse. You know the Bhagavad Gita. You know the Gita is just a chapter in an epic about a footbridge wide. It's a big book. I'd love to tell you about it, though I'm afraid it'd take forever. I'm afraid it'd take forever, and I'd hate to take up all your time. I love the way he repeats that phrase. But anyways, I read it. It comes in, there's a pause. But anyways, I read it. I read it to the credits, and Vyasa wrote it masterfully. It took a little under 2 years for me to make it through, but now I'm here and telling you, it changed me metaphysically. This f***ing hillbilly's singing about this stuff, and I love this so much, you guys. I love this so much. It taught me all about Dharma, the thing I ought to do, till the big man dances and starts it all anew. Start again. Till the big man dances, till he dies. That chorus repeats. Now we're on to the third verse. This is good. I want a Tirtha Yatra. Roll like Pandavas with my brothers and my mom and my wife. All the boys could bring their ladies, 'cause the one that Indra gave me is the mama to my babies, and I ain't about to split my nights. He's like, boys, you got to bring your women, 'cause I'm not hanging out. Yeah, you get it. This is the part I really love at the end. It wouldn't be all different from how we're actually living, except we'd leave behind all our merch. We'd bring along our fiddles, basses, and rental guitars and mandolins, because that's the way the Dharma works. He's singing about, what if we just give up all our stuff and go to India and just live like, yeah, amazing. We'd play Louisville Breakdown. We'd play Shelvin' Rock. Pretty sure these are bluegrass songs. We'd sing Hare Krishna. We'd play a song by God. That's it. Oh, you guys, it excites me so much. It's so cool. You got to hear that song. Just go, click the link or search it one of your music providers. Go buy it, whatever. Just listen to it, whether this hillbilly music is your thing or not. Tyler he's gotten pretty famous. Ooh, I'm about to run out of batteries. Let me put a new battery in the camera. And we're back. Where were we? Tirtha Yatra. And we're back. Tyler has gotten really popular in the last few years, and it's amazing to see an artist like him achieving that level of popularity and still just like being a really pure artist doing his own thing. I don't care about the genre. When I see someone doing that and achieving real success and doing their art their way, it inspires me so much. It's just like, it's possible, you guys. It's possible to break through and to be a real pure artist and to impact people and just talk about the things you want to talk about, sing about what you want to sing about, take pictures, make films about what you want to make films about. These are the things that inspire me. So I worked all week and I've been trying to get all these videos done because I'm traveling. Next weekend I'm going to going to go shoot the Good Time Camp Out, which is run by my sister-in-law. And we'll talk about that. There's probably going to be a video about that. You've seen it in the past on the channel. This is the third one. They didn't do it last year because there were wildfires, but I'm going, and I've been trying to get all these videos ready so that they will just play while I'm gone. And I was just kind of overwhelmed, and I'm tired of sitting in front of the computer, and I'm like, way back in the day when I lived in Hollywood, I lived right near the Samuel French bookstore, which is like a bookstore kind of mostly for actors. Like they have a lot of plays in there, but they have all these books on filmmaking and cinematography and things like that. And I used to go in there all the time and just spend hours and just like read books and look at stuff. And when I was learning how to be a storyteller and studying that stuff, one time I saw this book on a table and I picked it up and it's called The Artist's Way. And I bet some of you have heard of this. And so I got that and I read it and it really impacted me. And it was one of the things that early on, here I was in my late 20s at the time, it just allowed me to give myself permission to be an artist. Am I focusing? Is this focusing right? Yes, I guess it is. Yes. Sometimes it will, the focus will grab the light back there and focus on that. Anyways, I bought The Artist's Way. I read it, and there's this thing where, you know, it talks about you got to do these morning pages, which I did that for years. I still actually write every morning, most mornings, not exactly like morning pages, but I do get up and write. One of the other things that was in there that it recommends that you do is go on artist dates, which is just go out and do something for yourself that inspires you and just feed your creative soul, you know, which might be going to a film or go to a gallery or go for a walk or just whatever. Just take time for you. And so I still aggressively do that, although rarely will I take like a whole day to do something. And I was just kind of like burnt out. I've been editing a music video, editing some YouTube videos and stuff. And I just, I was online and I saw that Alien was playing at the New Beverly. The New Beverly is a revival theater right in the heart of Los Angeles. And it's actually owned now by Quentin Tarantino. He bought it a few years ago, like pre-pandemic. So that's really made it more popular. But I used to live just a couple blocks from the New Beverly for a couple years. I would walk over there all the time. And at that time, it was like $6. You could just walk up and they would play all these cool old movies or newer movies, always on film. It's a really old theater. And I've been there a ton of times. But I saw that Alien was playing there on Friday. This is a couple days ago. And I'm like, let me tell you about Alien, you guys. Alien was the second movie that I ever saw in a theater. Came out in 1979, so I must have been 5 years old. My parents split up when I was young. My mom took me to see Star Wars in a theater, and that was the first movie I ever saw in a theater, and it really impacted me. And then my dad, once my parents split up, my dad came and picked up me and my brother to take us for the evening, and I remember exactly what he said. I'm 5 years old. He said, "You want to go buy some toys, or you want to go see a movie?" And I wanted to see a movie. I'd rather watch a movie than have toys, even at 5 years old. And so I don't know what he was thinking. We go down to a theater and he probably thought, oh, it's a space movie, Alien. So he's going to take us to see Alien. Well, it's more of a haunted house movie in space. It's a horror film. And it's probably not suitable for 5-year-olds. I freaking loved Alien. To this day, it might be my favorite film of all time. It impacted me so much, you guys. And especially having those two films be my first two films that I saw, Star Wars and then Alien. It's kind of like the dream and the nightmare, the yin and yang. I think it really informed creatively what I do even now. Alien is such a groundbreaking, amazing film. It's still, I just watched it. It was only the second time I saw it in a theater 2 days ago. Only the second time I saw it in a theater. I've seen it a whole bunch of times since I own a copy of it, but I hadn't seen it in a theater since I was 5. And this was actually the director's cut, which I had never seen. It's got like a few minutes of extra footage in there. It just looks amazing. Ridley was only his second movie he ever made. He was the camera, he was directing it, but he was a camera operator. It's like a masterclass in composition, in photography, in storytelling. It's so good. Here's the trippy part. I remember the next day talking to my mom about what we had done the night before with my dad. Oh yeah, we went to a movie and I was telling her about this alien movie and the thing that came out of the guy's chest. And then the thing that really impacted me the most that I remembered, and I thought it was so cool, is when Ash, the alien, attacks Ripley. And then they fight him off, and one of the other characters bashes off Ash's head with a fire extinguisher, and then you realize, oh, he's actually not human, he's an android. His head is like hanging off, and there's all these tubes, and this white liquid sprays out, and he's laying there, and he's like, his head is talking, and he's like, yeah, basically, you guys are f***ed. That was the one thing in the movie that I thought was so cool, and I remember telling my mom about that, and I don't think she was too impressed by my story. When I moved to Hollywood, I got this job at the House of Blues. And this guy that hired me was the head of security. I was a security guard there. And this guy was like one of the managers of the club. And he was also the manager of the security department. Gives me a job. He was my boss. His name was Barney Holm. Well, his dad was Ian Holm, the actor that played Ash the android in Alien. He also happened to go on to play Bilbo Baggins in the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Well, his son, Barney Holm, was my boss for like a year when I first moved to LA and worked at this place, the House of Blues. That was, to me, when I realized this, I didn't even realize it right away. I worked there like 6 months, and then I somehow found out that his dad was Ian Holm. Wait, what? That was just like some weird little synchronicity moment of like, yeah, Ben, you're on the right path. These things coming back around. So I don't know. The point here is find the music that inspires you. Find the films that inspires you. Go for a walk. Go on an artist date. Take time for you if you're feeling stuck, if you need inspiration. Feed that fire. Tend to that garden. Water those flowers. Whatever metaphor works for you. Honor your inspirations and give them time. Feed them. They are the most important thing in your life as an artist. That's my rant. Oh, let me show you my favorite picture from the Telluride Bluegrass Festival of the band Water Tower that you saw at the beginning. Love that shot so much. Thanks for watching, you guys. We'll see you again real soon. Take it easy.
Every time I get near you, feel the gravity. Look so sad to me. Tell me, how could that be? Ah, she said things I had said. I was